Hey, I like that view.
Yeah, it says we're live now.
Can we turn the sleigh and get more side profile on the sleigh?
You can do whatever you want.
Oh,
We can actually move this other camera just a little bit too to get.
Hey,
it
I like
centered.
the mailbox thing. Yeah.
Tell me when I'm centered.
Let's see here. Dude, if you take it against the wall, that'll give it a yeah. Just move it against the wall. I think that'll give it a pretty sick profile.
Oh, dang!
Then rotate a little bit more.
All right.
A little bit more. Yeah.
All right.
I think that's pretty good. What do you think?
I like what you like. Oh, look at that! You know what? You should make that thing fly.
I think that's perfect, man.
Oh, look at that!
It's as tall as you are. Is that okay with you?
That's not tall.
Truth.
As
I'm gonna go in the corner here.
No, you got a big chair there, bub.
That's a nice chair.
It is. We need to get you one that's a little bit lower. He got the high chair.
So if I sit back here, though, I can't.
You should go into Lee's office and take the awesome gaming chair.
He has an awesome gaming chair.
I don't know if that'll
he
be
can take
high
yours, which was formerly mine.
Oh, yeah. I got it. I'll go take Dave's chair.
Go take Dave's chair.
Dave's chair goes up and down.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
okay,
hey,
we can stop for you.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Oh yeah, and then we'll wait for the open.
Yeah, then we'll do the open.
I could do the open. I've never done the open before.
Oh, hey, you can do the open.
Ready? Flight test.
You were a little bit delayed. All right, so
my sense of timing's not that good.
Yeah, okay. So here's what I got to do. I've got to.
Hey Adam. Hey Dan. Hey Jeff.
Dave's watching on the live stream. He's like, "No, I'm walking out to get his chair." No.
Unless the driver shows up to claim this equipment, I'm ready and available. Flying Monkey says, okay.
Nice.
So Fred Provost. Hey, Fred, I am calling you right now.
Fantastic.
Can you hear it?
Dude, that's professional.
I don't know about professional. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, is this Fred?
This sure is.
Hey, congratulations, Fred. You have won a trip to Ohio.
Well, that's what a coincidence. I was just there.
All we need you to do is send us $500 in gift cards. By the way,
I think I almost spent that much on the last trip.
If anyone ever gets a call like that, don't send them gift cards.
Oh, please, no.
Yeah,
no,
really?
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not.
Oh.
It's a scam.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Man, Fred, I've loved watching your progress on that flying field, and also I'm a little envious because you're moving at a much faster clip than we did.
Well, here's the thing. I have to. So I was excited because I had a 4-H club call, and the guy did call me. Well,
Nice.
It's good news, bad news. He's trying to put in a shooting range, a skeet range. Well, that property is what he's looking at.
Okay.
So,
oh man,
I now maybe he could do it on the backside of the hill or something like that, where it's not pointing the same way we're working.
How does that work with the because that's a landfill, right?
It is a landfill.
How does that work? Is it leased to you? Is it?
So that's how some do it. So there's a few different ways of doing it.
Well,
you could put in a lease.
Hey, Fred, before you start into that, why don't you give like the whole, so those who don't know where you're at and what you're doing, kind of go through that whole, the whole process, because that's really what we want you to unpack for us.
Oh, are we live now?
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
you're in it.
Yeah. So
now
watch
I've
your
got
tongue.
performance anxiety.
Nah.
So what I ended up doing was I got online and I looked around at county properties. I was using the tax appraiser's website, and because I've been, this is something I've been looking at for a while. Now, fortunately for me, I've been working for quite some time with the county, so the county commissioners were already familiar with who I was and that I'm someone that does good things for my community.
All right.
I took the information, put it together in a little packet, and I approached the board. They said, come out to a board meeting and, put it before the board so we can vote on it. And so I did that. And I'm thinking, okay, well, this was a done deal. They wouldn't invite me to the board without, being something that they were willing to approve. Well, the county attorney stopped things. Now he wasn't against it, but he just wanted to look into some stuff, make sure that the landfill was proper. So there's, the DEP, when you cap a landfill, there's, limited things that you're allowed to use that property for. So the went before the board. The attorney looked into it and said, come back to the next meeting and we'll give you an answer on it then. And so 2 weeks later, I was able to go back to another meeting. The attorney saw that everything was square, and they approved the property to be used as a mall air park. So that was step one. So then the next step was to go out there and actually start making some arrangements for it to be a public access location. They do have some trouble with folks trying to drive UTVs, ATVs, and things like that on county property. So we had to make sure that we're restricting access to the property, but without keeping people from being able to at least walk into it. So that was the next step. I went in and got some fence and some stakes and staked and fenced off an area. Now I was fortunate, there was some county materials that I was able to repurpose, the old gates and things like that, some posts. And the county commissioner is actually getting excited about this to the point that he came out with his own equipment and he helped mow some of the field.
Oh, wonderful.
That's awesome.
So, and the funny thing, he's standing there looking at it with me, and he's looking at the gate access that's there now. And he says, someone with a 24-foot camper is not going to be able to drive around that. We're going to have to get the guys over here and we're going to have to widen that driveway. So he's already talking about doing improvement
Nice.
to allow us to have campers out there for events.
That's
Wonderful.
awesome.
And
So-
how many acres is this?
You know what? I don't know how many acres it is. I'll have to look it up. The main flying area is about 1,000 foot by 500 foot. Now the property's 3 times that.
Yeah.
So we're only using the north end of it right now. But I was talking to Ronnie Esbolt from California, and he's out west they have slope soaring, and there's this for Florida a large hill on the property. With it probably about a 50-foot elevation change from the base to the top. Well, you potentially have the opportunity, if there's a south heading wind, to do slope soaring off the backside of that hill.
Oh, wonderful.
That's cool.
So now you're opening it up to, we have traditional fixed wing helicopters and some drones, but you also have the possibility of, slope soaring on the backside of the hill. And my local drone guys that do racing and stuff like that, they have, the possibility of mounting up on top of the hill away from the main flying area, flying downhill from there and having a race course there. So you have the potential for multiple uses for model aviation on the same property.
Oh, beautiful.
That's great.
It looked
And
incredible.
So what we're trying to do is future proof it, make it as accessible to as many people as possible, while making use of the property, and we're trying to do it on budget, because right now everything's out of my pocket, and or whatever donations that other members or other interested parties are doing. So that is definitely, so if this is something someone else is interested in doing, that's a potential hurdle. So if you already have a group of people together and you want to pitch in and throw some money together, that's probably a good idea to how to start.
Best way to do it.
Right.
Get some funds together, because putting in some fence, putting in gates, putting in fence posts, that adds up pretty quick cost wise. If you're gonna have to do any sort of dirt, I found a good deal on some geotex for a geotex runway. So the county's going to work with me on getting some fill dirt over there, and we're going to grade off an area, and we're going to use that for the geotex part of the runway.
Cool.
How far out of town is this? I know it looks like it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
So that's the beauty of it. Where it is fairly remote, the actual location, but we're 10 minutes from the interstate.
Oh, perfect.
That's great.
I mean, from the interstate to the gate of the property is 10 minutes away. From town, you're 5 minutes from the closest grocery store. So it feels like you're out in the middle of nowhere, but you have resources within just a few minutes. The other beauty is if you did want to hold an event there, and you brought the family and you're there for multiple days, you're 45 minutes from the beaches. You're only about 45 minutes from Panama City.
Ooh, that's awesome.
So you can accommodate, the rest of the family that may not be interested in flying by spending the day with them down on the beach or something. So
excellent.
That's awesome.
Well, man, you're breaking ground and forging new boundaries or
Pioneering.
That's it.
It's a great word.
Yeah, that's a good word. And I love the fact that you're thinking of just how many different aspects of flight and RC activity can you host there. I think that's one thing that's flying groups will be most successful when they take on that mentality of how do we make sure that there's some opportunities for the soaring guys if it's there, and then the quad racing guys if it's there, and the FPV and the park flyers and stuff. It's if you have the ability to support it on your land, you're just gonna activity brings life.
Okay.
And
I mean, and so this whole the project and what you're doing, you're basically setting it all up as the forerunner for the future FRIAs for the FTCA and everything. So also what you've said in the past is that you want to you want to write up an article, write up basically a handbook on how to do what it is that you're doing, and I'm sure that there's going to be a learning curve along the way, and that you'll be able to speak into.
I've already run into some small stumbling blocks, and and like I said, here's this county commissioner that's already thinking future down the road on what stuff, and so now I'm looking at my runway and I'm on, is it too close to the driveway? So this kind of stuff that now and fortunately there is room to bump it out a little bit. I'm not committed to where it is exactly. But so there's some room to grow, but that's one of the things you want to make sure you do your layout before you start getting the county guys over to grade the property like I did. But my thing is too is I've before I approached the county commissioners with it, I did try to reach out to some of my local groups, the 4-H club. There was the person's in charge now is different than the one I originally talked to.
So hey, we got a question here that says,
sure.
Do you have a social media page for this flying field?
We do. I've been posting it on the flight test group, the fans page.
Mm-hmm.
It's but the group page is Holmes County Model Flying Field is what it is.
Okay.
Let me double check that that's the term that I can use. But yeah, so so it's and we also have a thread on the flight test forums. So one of the key things that I think is important, especially with any flying site, formal or informal, is establishing some sort of online presence. Holmes County Model Flying Field, so that someone that comes to that location, and if there's a sign there, and I've worked with Stephen Rosema on it, and he's created a sign for us to put up at the flying site that has QR codes. So so someone come up there and scan it with their phone, and it takes them right to the FTCA page or right to the club page, or the flying site page. And that way they can introduce themselves to you without feeling intimidated by meeting people that face to face the first time.
Oh yeah, and so just so I'm aware here, or I get this right, Holmes County Mobile Flying Field
Model.
Why do I say mobile? Model Flying Field.
Yep. Holmes County Model Flying Field will take you right to the that's the searchable name of the group.
It's on Facebook, right?
Yeah, and then like I said, we also have, and I should have pulled it up before the talk, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. The flight test forums has a page for it as well, and it may even be
thanks,
the same name.
Yep, they just popped up a link for you.
Nice.
Awesome, thanks guys.
Yeah.
And man, follow along, because it's setting a new pattern and stuff, and also a lot of this is intimidating, to set up a flying field. So people will be able to kind of follow your experience, goods, bads, learning opportunities, and make it more efficient. And how did it go with talking about with the FTCA and everything, being a group and stuff? Was that a hurdle for you?
No, so I one of the things that I pushed is the FTCA, in my opinion, is a really good group for this sort of thing, because it's got the requirements for where the FRIAs are going to be.
Yeah.
You guys should be able to cover the site with that. But I really like the flight test model because it is so inclusive to every type of flying. There's no initial buy-in of having to have a nationwide and then a club membership. So it's a little bit more affordable for someone to get into. And when I approached the county commissioners with that, and the fact that it's a much more open group, using county land as kind of like a flying park and not a club field, because that is a possibility. You could do it that way. You could go through and do a lease agreement with the county, and that's actually how they did the next town over, the next county over. But they've got it so restrictive that guy has full control over the field, and nobody flies there but him and a few guys.
Yeah.
And that's not. I don't think that's serving your community. And so the county commissioners, they want to have, they like the idea of being able to have as many people out there as possible. making use of this land. It makes it look good for them.
I love it.
And so, yeah, that's been popular. The county commissioners were really on board with that.
It's great.
That's awesome.
So, I'm sorry, did you have a question?
No.
All right. So, quick question about when you were talking to county commissioners and everything. Did insurance come up?
That was going to be my question.
Yeah, actually, it did. So the insurance question came up, and that was one of the other things that the county attorney wanted to look into is what insurance requirements they were going to have. And so what it boils down to is, since I'm not leasing it as a group, we're not needing to have group insurance. Because it's being utilized as a county facility, the county insurance covers it.
Nice.
And the only difference would be is if we had a formal event. So let's say we had, a flying club event where we're closing the property down to anybody that's not paying to come in for our event. We just have event coverage. And apparently that's a rather reasonable, one-time purchase type
That's brilliant.
insurance.
Awesome.
Well, there it is. You cracked the mold. Perfect.
Hashtag winning. Hey, my dude, David Jester actually asked an awesome question. Does he have a place to donate? So do you have like a place where people can come in and, because obviously it's coming out of your own pocket right now. Do you have a place or something set up to where people can help try to fund that process in any way, shape, or form?
And that's a great question, and that's something I've started looking into a little bit, but not too much. I do not. The short story is I do not, because I've been on 501(c)(3) boards, and I my day job, stuff like that. Fiscal accountability is a big deal to me. So if I'm doing this, especially working with the county, if I was to accept donations, I know we don't want to do clubs. We kind of, don't want to do the club format exactly. But if I'm going to be receiving money for the field, I would have to have some sort of way of showing a separation between myself and the money that's going to that
Right.
group.
Yeah.
So typically in a club, that's where your treasurer comes in, and then they have their 501(c), which is their nonprofit group, and a separate bank account and all that stuff. I haven't delved that far into it. As we grow things, get more people interested, that's something we're going to have to look into.
Cool.
Fantastic.
No, makes sense.
Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to fly there. I love the fact that the first plane you flew there was the Legacy. Got me all misty-eyed.
So I had that, and I had the Tudor, and I accidentally I had the Tudor wheels on with hot glue dabs, and I knocked the hot glue off the Tudor wheel. So we went with the Legacy.
What kind
Did you make a skid with the Tudor?
Come on, that was good. That was pretty good.
Terrible. That's all I gotta say. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh,
That was set in volley and
man, I'm sorry.
yeah. Those hot glue globs just don't like to play nice all the time, do they?
No, not necessarily. And the funny thing is, when I end up using on the Legacy, it's a little thicker wire, I think. I took a piece of fuel hose and cut it, and I slid that on, and that was what I used to hold the wheel on.
Oh, excellent. Oh,
Well played.
wonderful.
Well
Well, brother, keep us posted on that. And I really enjoyed having the visit with you a couple weeks back, and we all just really enjoyed the time with you. It's been many, many years since you've come up to Ohio, and getting to fly the Flurkins with you, and jets and all that other stuff.
Almost got to fly Firkins with me.
Almost, yeah.
and the funny thing is, I do want to put together an article on my mods to it. So I haven't tried to fly it yet until I can do some pictures for the mods I did on the fuselage and stuff. And then it's going to be on. Then I'll start throwing it around the new flying site.
Love it.
Nice.
Well played, good sir.
Well, cool. Yeah, anybody who is listening to or is tuned in now or later when this goes up on the podcast, if you want to get a hold of the Flying Monkey, Fred Provost, just go to either the forum page or his social media page. I'm guessing that's a Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. The Holmes County Model Flying Field. And yeah, I'm sure that Fred will love to connect with you. Any final words you'd like to say, words of wisdom or anything, Fred?
Well, nothing too thought-provoking other than I see X-Jet trying to brag about you guys even wrapped up in hoodies and he's in warm weather. Your time's coming, buddy. And I'm in Florida, so we get nice weather year-round. So
Nice.
we'll get Bruce back
We'll
on
call
that.
this the weather wars here. It was so cold here at the HQ. Our gas line froze, and it was 53 degrees this morning.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It was sweet.
No,
and
it was
cold.
We all
terrible.
congregated in the bathroom where the heat was on.
That is a true
Yeah.
story.
That is
I gotta
just-
keep remember when we have winter, other places have summer season. It's kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
kind of crazy to think about
it's
that.
pretty awesome.
Putting
stuff.
yourself out of
Awesome.
your own
Yeah.
perspective.
Well,
But,
cool.
so well, I will throw some FTCA thought out there though.
Okay.
And I've said this online before. Anybody that's a member right now, this is your chance to put your money where your mouth is. If you've ever had a complaint about the large groups and what they don't do, you're in on the ground floor. You are the FTCA right now. So that's why I'm trying to take some lead here. This is my opportunity to any complaints I've ever expressed in the past is my chance to try to make good on those. So that's my words. Is you guys, the public, any FTCA member right now, you are the FTCA, and this is your chance to direct it from the ground up.
Yeah,
Make a
that's for
difference.
sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, brother, I wish you a very Merry Christmas, and hopefully I get to see you again soon. I hope I get to fly out at your new location.
That would be awesome.
2022.
That's been my dream goal for a long time. Is that local groups can get together, they can host an event, you guys come visit.
Love that.
So-
Boom.
Love it.
Nice.
Well, brother, wish you all the best. Thank you for taking the time to share your story. And please, friends, follow along. He is incredibly active with the updates and what he's done already in the few short weeks is just incredible.
Love you, Fred.
All right. Thanks,
Love you too,
Fred.
guys.
Yeah, thanks, Fred.
See you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
I'll
Oh,
say
that
it.
was awesome.
Say it again. We have the best community ever. It's just
Oh,
it's
without a
unreal.
doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
So I don't know if I shared this enough times, but Fred is actually around before I was with Flight Test. Before it even really launched as a YouTube video, and
Mhm.
it was kind of floating around in different forums and stuff like that as a concept. Fred connected with Flight Test, and I just think that's really exceptional that he's still here today. And again, putting his money, his time, his efforts where his mouth is, and making those changes. So
The OG.
Right.
He is the OG. That's awesome.
no doubt about that. So
I'm sorry, dude. Have you tried this?
So I'm trying not to laugh here because I can't throw stones because I have a bag of goldfish. By the way, we're trying to figure out how old these goldfish are. I'm thinking they're over a year old, and they still.
Oh, wait.
taste pretty darn
Sell
good.
by 9/26/21.
Oh,
So
So sell by September 26th of this year. So usually the sell date is
shortly after a month or two or three, right?
yeah. So they're at least, I would say, probably 6 months.
yeah. I found them in
6
my
months.
office
6 months to a year.
At least,
under
yeah.
the couch.
What's the expiration date on that sucker? Do you have
Well,
it?
I don't know. It just says sell by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I've had a
That means
couple
it
handfuls,
never
so
expires.
It never expires.
I'd like to take this time to thank our official sponsor, Goldfish, the snack that smiles back.
Pepperidge Farm.
Smells back or smiles back?
No, smiles back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Smiles.
well,
So hey, this is our Christmas special podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is so basically this is our Friday because we got
Mhm.
tomorrow and Friday off. It's been a Friday around here. You've been down at manufacturing.
It's been,
What have you been doing?
We've been keeping our promise here. We're juggling a lot of balls right now, but we've been working full steam ahead on the B-17 project, and we just got our first dose of how big a 20-foot B-17 really is. And it's so big that we couldn't stack the fuselage up here at HQ, which has a 12.5-foot ceiling. We had to stack it up at manufacturing, which has a 16.5-foot ceiling, and we could reach the top of it from the second story, which was just fantastic. So
Phenomenal.
yeah, we designed, Dave and I designed the fuselage sections. There's 9 main sections, and we were hot wiring, cutting, and just like everything with Flight Test, we show the learning process, and every day we're learning more with that hot wire cutter. And
Yep.
this is one plane that you do not want to make out of foam board. It needs to be
Really, any 20-foot airplane probably is not going to be the
12
best out of foam
the
board.
magic cutoff is 12 foot.
12-foot,
That
right?
is
Right.
Cabby's 12 foot. The B-17, the small one, is 12 foot. 12 foot is where you can have a safe, well built, forever airplane. After that, it's
It gets
it
sketchy.
gets squishy.
Hey, can we after
Yeah.
this one's done? I know this is like gonna be a few months process, which I think would be cool to tell everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I do really like that Lockheed CL 1201
The
or
flying
whatever,
aircraft carrier.
dude. And if
You
we
showed me
make
that last night.
a 1/100th
100.
scale, it'll be 11 foot.
That's awesome.
That thing is nuts.
And how big would the little jets be underneath it?
That's a great question.
That is a great question. They would probably be the size of
The Mighty Minis.
the Ventures.
That's good. We can work with that.
Yeah.
we could
Perfect. Why don't you describe what
the
that
little
is?
flare.
Because I didn't know this plane existed.
Yeah,
Or this concept.
It doesn't, does it?
No, it's
just
a concept
yeah.
plane. And I saw it. Oh shoot, I'll have to put up the link here when I find it. But basically, it's a 1,120 some foot concept
Wingspan?
It's a wingspan. It's a concept aircraft by Lockheed. If you just look up Lockheed CL, I'm pretty sure it's the CL 1201 flying
Now, is
aircraft
this
carrier.
designed? Was this a concept presented by Lockheed?
I don't know if it was presented by or presented to, but the article is pretty interesting. And if you look at it, it has the pods under, well, not the pods, whatever those drop mechanisms, kind of like what we had for the
Flurkin episode,
for this past Flurkin episode. But as far as like just the size of it, it's got 4 huge turbine engines. It just looks like something that we would build.
Yeah, it would probably fly really good. It has almost the same sweep and presence as a huge Kraken, which is really funny.
Yes.
Oh, and
With
maybe
a
that's why I
flying body.
like it, because I love the
It could
Kraken.
be. Yeah, you were around from the very first one too.
Yes.
So,
The Kraken.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would
So
be fun.
Sponzi just put it up. It's a Lockheed Martin CL 1201 flying aircraft carrier. Yeah, Google that and just take a look at that. That thing is it's massive.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Is it 4 football fields or whatever it is? Somewhere?
Well, yeah, I want to say it's like 1,100 feet, a little over 1,100 feet.
Tell you, anytime,
Ridiculous.
any opportunity to get Stefan dropping off of a wing and chasing it, I'm all game for it, because I'm still glowing over that moment, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I watched that video. It's like, that's my best friend there.
We're flying
So good
together.
with that.
It
Yeah.
was so good. Yeah, we had a really good time, to say the least.
The only way it would be better,
Yeah.
if it was actually Stefan being dropped from the wing.
That would be that'd be really cool, as long as there were certain parameters in place where I
You
could
know,
fly or
there is only-
not die.
There's only one Steph in this world. We can't do that yet.
Can't do that.
Thank God there's only one Stefan.
Truth.
No, the world's a better place with this with this setup right now. We're not going to change it.
No change.
We were going to wrap them in
No.
bubble wrap, treat them like Betty White.
Betty.
Yeah, Betty's having a birthday surprise because she's turning 100 years old, by the way.
100,
Serious?
yeah. When is that?
January 17th, I think.
She is a national treasure.
Unbelievable.
Nice.
That lady.
She's so cool.
Hashtag crushing it.
Crushing it.
Scott
Oh,
Braden.
Look at this. Sapphire's phone. I see you're getting into Radio Master T16S and OpenDX.
It is no
Welcome to the
accident that these are in front of my face. And yeah, first of all, thank you for bringing up the flying aircraft carrier, because
Oh, yeah.
we're loving this whole process, and I hope you guys do too. It's been, for me, it's been a really just fun experience. Instead of saying this week we're going to do this huge project, to saying we're going to open up the curtains and just let life be shown more of a vlog style
Mhm.
while we do a big project.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed it. But we're going to take about 3 months for the B-17. It's really going to be fully revealed in the high impact episode with the laser tag and the explosions and all that stuff in April. So month 1, which is January, is
Mhm.
going to be all about the fuselage. And if you think it's going to be boring, don't, because there's so much involved. It's not just about designing and cutting out the fuselage, but there's the turrets, there's the tail mechanism, there's the mounting and everything. We're going to be going a lot more in depth. The typical things that we have to brush over, we're going to be showing that. But along with that, we get to show what we're working on around the shop, the tenants.
Mhm.
That's one project we're working for STEM right now, is a new plane design that's going right in the schools. And then also we're working on whooping this place a little bit
Mhm.
better, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and you're what you're describing is kind of our approach to 2022.
Yeah, and if this works out, basically, we'll take a huge project, something bigger than what we could do in a short amount of time, and then we're going to live in it through 3 months, 2 months, whatever the project designs, and then we're going to have alternate stories and vlog. It's gonna be a vlog with a big project,
Yep.
and I'm excited. So. Yeah, month 1 will be the fuselage, from design to assembly to getting that close to finish, then the wing. And then we have the assembly. We're going to be experimenting for the first time with retracts and a lot of these extra scale components, in the plane.
Right.
And then glassing and painting and flying. And during that time, we're bringing out, I believe John's working on a couple Messerschmitts and things that will be pretty scale to it. So that way we'll
Nice.
be able to do the battle with it. And
Amazing.
it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just happy. I'm just grateful and happy. And during that time, it's also giving me more bandwidth to play with new things.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're definitely. I mean, you come into work, you're definitely more
Chipper.
Bubbly.
Chipper,
yeah.
Is that the word we would
Bubbly.
use? Bubbly.
Well,
Yeah.
kind of a scatterbrained dude. And when you give me nuggets to things to be scattered but also productive at the same time, it works out pretty good.
Yes, that's
and,
true.
You've been killing it lately.
Well, no, you guys have been killing it. I just want to
Hashtag
be part of it.
crushing it.
One thing I felt bad because I don't know what day it was, but I started just blowing up your phone. And I know you're the one that brought Radio Master into our lives through TJ, right?
Yeah, back in the day with
Yeah.
TJ, and then working with a couple other individuals.
So I'm scared sometimes of new things. And I finally just sat down on my couch. I'm like, I'm going to learn this Radio Master. And it's like, this isn't complicated, FR Sky's none of the devil.
The devil.
The devil.
The devil.
It's incredible. We're going to be digging a lot deeper into Radio Master, and I'm really excited about that because the community's been really saying, hey, listen, there's more than just Spectrum. And I love Spectrum, don't get me wrong, but the bang for the buck in this guy right here is incredible. And if you guys in the comments, anyone goes with the Jumper, Radio Master, things like that, let us know what your thoughts are. But I am sincerely, deeply impressed with this guy, and I've been holding off on the update with the touchscreen. It's like I got to learn old school before we update it. But it's been a really good journey with this, and I think we're all going to be digging in deep. We're all going to be bringing some transmitters in and learning across the board, right?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that we've been talking about multi-protocol scenarios for about a year or so now, just like looking into it and checking it out, and obviously the community is like on board with that kind of stuff as well, and just expanding the horizons from that regard in terms of like what we play with, how we're working with it, how the community likes it, all that kind of stuff. Having video content associated with it, right? So that people can easily learn from like not only our failures but our successes in how we are learning as well, which is I think it'd be a really good opportunity.
Well, you can definitely count on some tech channel content around this too, and also when we do our build videos, we'll be showing this as well. I was laughing my head off because this will actually fly our little tiny freighters and airliners.
Oh
It
yeah,
has a protocol for it,
Oh,
which
that's
is really cool.
awesome.
Peter actually showed me that too. He was flying the freighter around and just smooth as could be. I'm like, what are you doing?
that's
He's like,
sick.
flying with his transmitter.
Way cooler.
So what about the affordability then?
Yeah. So bar none, as far as what's in this package and stuff, from the telemetry to the color screen, longevity of the batteries, everything. It's incredible. What is it? $299 for the?
So it depends on which one you get. So this guy, this is the silver guy without the all the bells and whistles, if you want to call it that. I think that guy is going to run $219, and then the
Wait a second. When you say bells and whistles, you're just talking cosmetic stuff, right?
yeah. So carbon fiber body, the updated hardware, those kinds of different things.
But they're the same radios, right?
I believe so. Yeah, essentially. So
I'm
you're paying
just-
for some cosmetics.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff like that.
because I'm looking at them, and me,
Customization.
I don't
guess.
know a
Turn
whole
this
lot
around
about
so the screen
those.
can see 'em.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're both TX16S.
Yeah,
so
this
they're-
is the S, and then that's the S Max.
I think these have the same
Oh.
gimbals on them too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
I was reading down through because one thing we're going to be doing is we need to get a better option for our stem for a transmitter. And with our Aura lineup, the Auras have a lot of power built into them, so you can have an incredibly simple radio.
Right.
And we're going to be bringing in, I believe, the Zoros.
Yeah, we're gonna be bringing in to test the Zorro
Yeah.
sometime here, I think in January, to play with it, test it, see how it performs, see what we like, dislike, that kind of stuff. And if everything obviously goes well, I think that would be a great transmitter to pair with some of our STEM curriculum and that kind of stuff as well. And they also have they got a couple light radios as well. They've got a really good line from top to bottom. All different price points, all different protocol options, and they even have, like I said, in the back, they got module options for TBS, Crossfire, all that kind of stuff, which is cool.
Well, and the protocol options is one of the biggest things I found, and we're going to try to make some smart decisions because if you get on the cheaper line, these guys come with the full spectrum built into them. But when you start getting down to, is it 12?
The 12 has the OpenTX option. The T8 Lite is
T8 Lite,
is not an OpenTX, but it's
correct.
got other protocol. The,
Has
the
like
C,
4 of
the
them or
C,
something.
the C, CS 2500 or something like whatever that.
Yeah.
Futaba and all that
But
kind of
it
stuff.
doesn't have DSM, so
No, there's no DSMX on
yeah.
that one. But you
Um,
can get certain modules for certain
correct.
transmitters depending on the price point and that kind of stuff.
What I absolutely love, because I'm big on buddy boxing,
Mhm.
is the wireless buddy box dongle. It's $19, and you just plug it in, and you can bind pretty much to any radio you want.
Right.
And I don't want to talk too much until I know all about it, but I'm just highly, highly impressed with how easy and simple that is.
Right.
From concept to completion, but also for schools. For imagine Fred is having a fly-in night now, and someone comes up with their favorite airplane, and it doesn't have the protocol of your radio. That's something we have at Edgewater all the time. We have problems with. It's like, oh, man, okay, let's go ahead and either put my receiver in it, bind it, trim it, tune it, and then you can fly your own
Mhm.
airplane. Well, now drop the dongle in, call it a day.
Right. And you can do it with the Top Radio Master as your main model, and then the T8 Lite as your servant model.
Yep.
Right. Whatever. Or something of that nature, somewhere more cost effective. So you don't have to have the same exact transmitter, right? Or at the same level, I guess you could say, because that dongle does all those protocols, which is awesome.
Had a lot of great people from the community when we talked about this, just in passing. I know Devin reached out and stuff. We'll definitely be reaching out to you guys in the community to get insight and knowledge, so we can share that in our tech channel videos and stuff. But what I thought was going to be scary and complicated was actually incredibly fun. It was very visual. It was the big clear screen made it really easy to program. And if you do have a question, it's not like we don't have to disclose it. There's hundreds and hundreds of videos already out there all around OpenTX.
Right.
And this is just a great user interface. I love the buttons. I love the way the radio feels with my big old linky hands. I'm just happy. It's going to be a fun 2022. And you flew this. We had it bound up to the Aura, and you were flying the Flurkin with this, right?
Yes. No. I had
Max.
the Max transmitter, which is, like I said, the same as this.
Mhm.
It's got just a couple different things, but like it felt good in the hands. I'm also really excited to. I actually really like the folding handle in the back. So like when you're putting it away, you can fold that down, and it's
that is pretty cool.
because that's a big thing. Like if you got a backpack that's not super tall and you want to put that in there, I mean that can be a big issue. Like transporting it and keeping it safe and not smashing things in your transmitter, stuff like that.
Right.
On top of that, I'm looking forward to the Zorro a little bit too. For multiple reasons, but one of the things it looks very similar to like an Xbox or a PlayStation controller, which I'm very used to just from my upbringing. And it's got a full LCD screen there, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that fits, feels, flies, and all that kind of stuff too. So they just got a great lineup, really.
We'll be digging deep, and by the way, they're not sponsors. This is just something we are really, really excited about.
Could we get them to be sponsors?
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Work on
Nice. So, but I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving it, and it's going to be exciting. And we'll share the ups, downs, and learning opportunities, and ask questions.
Come along with us on the journey.
Yeah, that is the fun part about flight tests, is the fact that we don't have to come in knowing everything. We can come in, especially even like with this new Hotwire journey. It's a new machine, a new material. There's so much frustrating moments, and I remember having those exact same feelings and emotions when I was learning just curl draw and designing airplanes, thinking like, this is not going to be good. And then all of a sudden things click. I'm blessed with a team now where it's that times 5. And so it's going to be a fun 2022. I'm excited, and something we're working around. I'm really hooked on. I didn't even show you the 3D design. We're going to be stepping up our game with the Whoop course here at HQ.
Yes.
There it is.
We got plans, as it were.
Yeah.
Multiple types of plans, actually, which
Don't say the P word.
Super stoked.
Plans?
You can't say the P word.
Oh, sorry.
It incites riot.
Planes.
Now you just
We
focused
have
on
planes coming.
So we're going to be digging deeper in with tiny whoops and some STEM here in the near future. And is it okay that I said that?
You can do whatever you want, bro. You're the
You
boss.
can do whatever you
But
want.
and our good friend Jesse,
Yeah.
I love him. I love him so much.
Mhm.
We don't have a date yet, but we're going to try to have a whoop, because typically we had around Christmas time, we had our big ugly sweater Christmas celebration, whooping into Christmas, or I forget what it's called, but I think February or whenever we can launch the STEM program, we're going to try to do it. But I've been absolutely obsessed lately with just the environment, and the decor, and everything.
Mhm.
And we're going to do some cloud lightning and treatment in HQ, and also I've been looking at the octagon things that we built a couple years ago with Jesse.
Yep.
I want to split those apart and make pod racer out of it.
100%.
Anakin's pod racer with a little bit of flight test flare, so you're flying through the motors. And I'm excited about that. I started working on that design yesterday when I probably should have been doing other things.
Like the talent wing.
Oh no, I got that done before.
Yeah.
I just got
So thinking about all those that big fuselage and everything, and then talk about tiny whoops and everything, I really do want to see. I want to see Wes fly his whoop through the fuselage of the B-17.
Yes, we should have him whoop it right after.
That will be part of the journey.
Yeah,
part of the journey. Definitely.
You guys will see that at some point.
Well, and keep in mind this fuselage, the bomb bay, like I cut in around where the wings and the bomb bay is. I cut in over 4 inches of meat on both sides just to make sure it's really strong where the wings are going through. There is still 12 inches of bomb bay width in there.
Wow.
And I want to say it's like 24 inches long. Just imagine what we're gonna. We could put a cat in there.
Well,
I mean, we wouldn't.
We
but-
would not.
You mean a
But you
flirkin?
could.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Goose.
a goose.
Yeah.
But it's
Yes.
good stuff.
I like
well-
how your mind went to a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
I
is
feel-
up with that?
I feel like there's so many other
Well,
things we could talk about. Maybe we're
right.
just cats.
Yeah, well, the whole flirkin thing has me thinking about cats, but also
Yes.
my awesome son and his lovely new wife, my daughter-in-law and your daughter.
my daughter and my son-in-law.
They got 2 fur babies.
Yeah, that means we have grand fur babies.
I mean, I
Don't
don't
go
want people
there.
to hate
Please
me,
don't
but
go
I'm more of a dog person.
Yeah.
I mean, they're cute. I love them. I like petting them, but every time I pet a cat, its butt sticks up in the air, and it just
Yeah.
freaks me out.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I hated cats forever, and you know the story with those 2 little strays that we
Yes.
got, and
They
we
changed
rescued.
you.
They changed me. So now I want a Asa cat that Stefan and I were looking at
Over lunch today.
Over lunch,
That
that
was
was-
the main
What did you
conversation
guys do
point.
today?
Yes.
Talked
Well,
about
we
Asa
were-
cats.
We were at lunch trying to warm up is what we were trying to do because it was freezing cold. Well,
No, and he had a bowl of soup, so it worked out well for him.
yeah, I did have a bowl of soup. So I mean, and it goes right along. The whole talk about cats goes right along with flirkins.
It does.
Flir-
It does.
I am so infatuated with flirkins right now,
Wave. Oh my
and
gosh!
I've never flown a flirkin.
I never flown. You just love the name of it.
I haven't flown a flirkin yet.
You're
That's
the
terrible.
one that named it.
I know
Okay,
I named
we'll
it.
fix that.
Yeah,
We'll
that'll
definitely
happen.
fix that.
That's terrible.
By the way, Josh Orchard said, just when we were talking about the Radio Master, he said,
Mhm.
Stefan likes how it fits, feels, flies, and flirkins.
Everybody loves
Flirkins.
flirkins.
Well done, Jay Orch.
We gotta get a shirt made for Flirkins.
Yeah.
Can we, like,
that will
the-
be even here's the thing. I guess we should ask the community, like, would you wear a flirkin shirt? Because here's the thing.
Everybody loves wearing flirkin
Listen,
shirts.
we are 100% going to get, at the very least, we'll get shirts for us to wear for sure. Because
Yeah.
I need one, Josh needs one, Lee
We
needs one
gotta
for sure. But
Steven
the
did a
question
great
is,
design
yeah,
on one.
Steven crushed it. The question is, would
Yeah.
you guys wear a flirkin shirt if we provided said flirkin shirt
No,
for
no.
you to purchase?
Yeah, to purchase.
Yeah, that's what
now,
I'm saying.
Now the flirkin shirt.
Let us know.
The flirkin shirt. I'm thinking. Oh,
The
yeah,
flirkin fleece.
yeah, the flirkin fleece. Yes, we need a flirkin fleece.
I love that.
So we're talking about the decal, like that logo that we put on.
Yeah.
Yes.
That with the claws coming through,
Yes,
which are
correct.
cat, by the way.
Mhm.
Yes,
Um,
that's the shirt.
Yes. So that now, not only with the shirt, we should sell decals that you put on your vehicles. Come on,
Oh.
flirkin
we're going head first into this, aren't we?
dude. Flirkins are awesome, and they're getting around the world. Actually, XJet, I just sent you a
Yeah.
flirkin. Hopefully, you got that today, or not got it today, but your
Yeah.
tracking number. We got another guy in Scotland that's doing a review for us. We're trying to
Yeah.
get these flirkins out there because they're flirkin awesome.
They're doing really well. And is it Wave Runner? I'm trying to think. The gentleman, he just popped up a video. He bought a kit and he actually
Can't remember.
reversed the file and made it out of white foam board. And
Oh.
then he
Oh
made it
man,
night flyer, and it looked incredible. And he
Oh,
flew it on
yeah.
a crazy windy day.
yeah,
But
we got to get some white foam.
Yeah. Oh, we got banker foam coming.
Do we?
Yeah, we got the version 2 coming. So we're good.
Nice.
It's just
Boom.
like everything else, it's backlogged. Yeah, so we're good there. But yeah, and that's good stuff. Man, my reading game is really weak here. I
That's
saw Matt.
Matt Stretch Stevenson.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I saw someone with talking about the T16. He had one and he loves it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's up
T6.
there
Yeah,
somewhere.
we got this awesome community, and we're rambling. Yeah, there it is. Kiwi Crazy, Crazy Kiwi.
Crazy
Yeah,
Kiwi.
that's good. So yeah, let us know, guys, with your feedback and stuff. A lot of these choices we make and stuff is based off of, hey, you guys are cool, but you're missing the mark. This is really awesome. You should see it, and we
You
love
guys are
the.
being dumb.
I got a question.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you think Dave would have put the Flurkin in the tree if he was using a T16S?
He did lose signal. Yeah,
It's a good
well, you
question.
could put the TBS on the back of it, so
Oh, yeah?
you take it way longer than you'd ever want to.
Mhm.
Well, that would be illegal, and
That
we
would
don't
be
do
beyond-
it.
Well,
illegal
it depends
things.
how good your eyesight is for
Yeah.
Well,
we know-
now
we-
you sound like Wes.
Hey,
Wes
we,
keeps
we know
saying
we
that.
know Wes's thought process.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
Wes is like, not only if you get caught.
the. So
Come on.
yeah, establish a for you.
Yes.
Well
No,
done. Well
that's
done.
good. No, the got some new versions of Flurkins. I'm excited about kind of
Yeah.
working on in January.
I'm also really excited.
pray,
Oh, yeah.
pray for me because I have so many ideas in my head and I haven't been going to bed lately. But
Wait,
this
wait.
Christmas break is going to be a lot
Very
of
good.
things. getting
If
into
you
the
have
computer.
ideas in your head,
Yeah.
I want them on the whiteboard. So
on
you,
the whiteboard, oh,
So he can
It's
sleep.
just on the variants. It's just the files.
okay.
Yeah, but I'll get them on the whiteboard. for you.
Definitely need to sleep.
Or at least, hey, just text
Yeah,
me.
deal.
That way we can get them up there.
Deal.
I'm looking forward to the ATF,
The all-terrain Flurkin.
the all-terrain
All-terrain Flurkin. I'm
Flurkin.
looking forward to
Boom.
that. That's coming next.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think the snow's going to be flying. I'm going to be cranky. I hate winter, so we need something to bring a little bit of joy
Yes.
in our lives.
And ATFs are always joyful.
Yeah, so ATF, the only time that I like that acronym.
Right.
So yeah,
We might as well. We'll redeem that.
we'll redeem that acronym. Yeah, there it
Yes.
goes. So good stuff.
Did Josh just say that the white foam board is coming back?
Well, it's actually
Sponzy.
yeah, good catch there. The white foam board, the Maker foam, that was awesome, and then it was terrible, and then it just really took 5 years off my life. That is actually already back. We got the recipe secured, and the recipe being the right water resistant stuff
Compound.
and the bonding and everything. And if you buy a SkyFX Master Series plane that John designs that's printed, that is our Maker foam. So it's water resistant. It's phenomenal. I learned something. We keep whatever we test now. We keep in a safe location. By the way, you should probably get that out of my office now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But we have these samples. We had this in water for 2 days. 2 days.
I'll put it up in the loft in my office.
There you go. Perfect. We had water on it, and the funniest thing is you could roll it around and it just would not permeate. It was phenomenal. But I'm not going head first. The brown is here to stay, and what we'll do is we'll bring back the Maker foam for select models, and then people will eventually be able to buy it. But man, I'll just be honest. I got burned hard. That was taking the whole line to white, then bringing the whole line back to brown. I don't want to take that chance. So we'll stay with the brown. It's tried and true. It's the mill that it comes from. It doesn't jump between mills. And then we'll let the Maker foam prove itself. But if
Yep.
you do want to experience a Maker foam plane, the SkyFX printed airplanes are Maker foam.
Sweet. Yep.
So
It's and it's a good product. It's
Yeah.
just, there was a hiccup along the way, and that's sometimes
Yeah.
that happens in business.
Well, man, and I hate excuses are like belly buttons. I don't want to go down the road of excuses. You've heard that one before.
No, I always use their like another body
Another
part.
body part. Yeah, well, I'm keeping this family friendly.
I'm unsure if that's a generational thing that I missed out on. I'm 35.
You never heard
soon
excuses
to be
like
that-
belly buttons? Everyone
I have
has one?
not.
Not?
I've not.
Yeah.
Did water just come out your nose?
No, that it almost did.
That was awesome.
So yeah, 2020 with that, but it broke my heart because we
Mm.
put so much effort beforehand, and then to have that bad product, not just about the losses on our side, but the bad experiences people had.
Right.
And we did everything we could to make it right. And I hope we made it right with everybody that, got a kit that either delaminated or had water resistant issues. But basically what happened with that was the mill changed. So where we get the facing paper, they went ahead and they couldn't provide it. So they went to a different mill. They didn't tell us. Then all of a sudden, the coaters, that recipe either got lost or they went to a different coating. And all that stuff happened without our knowledge. And we actually had to take the paper and take samples, go back to the original samples we had. We put it under a loop like microscope thingy, and we looked at it. And then we finally kind of cracked the code of what was going on. And they were able to go back and look at the batch and like, oh, okay, well, that mill, that wasn't from that mill. So We then hit an all stop, we isolated product, and then basically started bringing new samples in, and they said, okay, this is awesome. We love this. Thank you. Lock in this mill, lock in this coating, lock in this process, and don't ever leave it again. And
Don't go away.
and that sounds really negative. Every company goes through challenges. I'm really appreciative towards Adams to let us get that close to the process because they know
Right.
we care and they care too. So, but it really made for a messy 2020.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to go back there again. So
And we shall not.
and we shall not. So,
No.
but Maker Foam, we'll have it eventually on the stores too, Sal. Just like we'll have EPP, Depron, and our foam board as well. So we're going to be the DIY place to be.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
That'd be awesome. Yeah,
It'd be great.
That's what we want to be.
Yeah.
That's our
phenomenal.
that's our road. That's our wheelhouse.
Let's see what we got here. We got some comments coming. I'm sorry, guys. I'm rambling on here.
Quit apologizing. Any new RC snow sled this winter?
Well, there's gonna be an all-terrain flirting coming.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
I'm not gonna be driving it. That's all I know.
Did I miss something?
At least not FPV.
Oh,
no, last year when we did we did a snow sled the year before, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
we actually did it not in snow because it got warm all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
right. Yeah, that's
But
right.
and then we did the mini Gatling gun that Steph, to your defense, dude, you could not see that fire pit. It was covered.
Yeah.
But the
No.
gun sure saw it. So, and it blew into a thousand.
Oh man,
Do you know our mini Gatling gun that's
Mhm.
like busted in a bunch of pieces?
Oh.
That was because it was mounted on a crazy
FPV sled.
FPV sled. and
I
Stefan,
gotcha.
but it was pretty lethal. Do you know David and Noah are talking about taking two big P80s and then hot wired and some ducts and making like an A10 looking human powered sled?
Really?
Yeah.
That
So-
sounds freaking awesome.
Yeah. So that's yeah.
Or should I say flirting awesome?
Yes.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Nice little side project.
Ah,
Nice little B story there.
That's a great B story.
So you're talking more about this B story,
Yeah.
and I'm excited about the B story
Mhm.
because one of the things that I've learned in my time back now at Flight Test is that there's so much more that goes on
Yeah.
other than just the weekly videos and everything.
Yeah.
And we want to we want the community to be a part of not only the successes but the craziness that's going on throughout.
Well, that was my favorite thing about the vlogs is the
Mhm.
vlogs captured life here. They
Yep.
captured what was going on, planned, unplanned, and everything in between. And I'm looking forward to bring it back and hopefully, because you do vlogs too long and say, well, I missed the higher, bigger challenges.
Mhm.
Well, now we can hopefully have our cake and eat it too. I think one thing we will need to do though, when it comes to making sure if we release a product or have something that we pull out that stuff and put it on the tech channel as a complete thought.
Oh yeah.
So that way there's a
Oh, yeah.
resource for people.
Yeah.
So if I'm showing in the middle of a B-17 fuselage part and I'm part of the B story is digging into this Radio Master, we need to have the ability to take that nugget of knowledge and put it somewhere where people can find it easily.
Yeah, and the cool thing about YouTube videos is you can have that little icon pop out in the top right corner at any point in time and say, "Hey,
Yeah, check this out.
check that out here,"
It's true.
and you can just pop right over there right when you need to.
What's that?
That's the popping noise.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's
bro.
really good.
Hey, so
Hey, Baloo.
Hey, Baloo, what's up?
Baloo.
Baloo. Hey, Jackson Cole. He said you guys should use an electromagnetic magnet to drop stuff from planes. We were actually talking about that even
Yes.
today. Wes was got in on the conversation on how we could do that, and then it got into rail guns.
Yeah.
And Noah showed us a video of a rail gun, but
That was crazy.
oh, it was nuts. But yeah, I mean, electromagnet. We're gonna talk to EcoFlow, right, and see if we can use that as the power source.
We are also looking into trying to do the mid-air refueling, but also a lot of people's comments with the whole aircraft carrier in the Megla-C and the Flurkins was it's not an aircraft carrier until you can dock it.
Mhm.
Right.
I think that'd be pretty
that's
cool
a
to
good point,
take
yeah.
a magnet and then connect them and
Yeah.
winch it in, bring it home.
Bring it home.
on home.
So
I would 100% try to fly that.
Oh yeah,
If it's a Flurkin, I'm in.
I'm telling you. So, do you like the Flurkin or the Tudor better?
That's not even a question. Flurkin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Flurkin or Tudor? Flurkin or Tudor?
Flurkin.
Flurkin.
Just because I personally like the design
Mhm.
better because it looks like a spaceship space car thing.
Yeah, it looks sweet.
And also, I have flown at FPV now,
Mhm.
and that was a ton of fun.
And you're hooked.
And I'm just hooked. So,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, and it's also got forward swept wings, which is very different than
Yeah.
any other obviously design that Josh has made. So it
Mhm.
feels a little at this moment in time, it feels very special.
It is special.
And you know what? You can go through if you're getting in the hobby. Don't start with the Flurkin.
Correct.
But if you are experienced with 4-channel, that is definitely the best thing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
By the way, tutors have. I think they'll get a new burst of energy when the snow starts falling, and we need to fly out the snow.
Yeah, you
The
use floats,
tutor,
right?
yeah.
Huh?
Float,
We got
tutor floats.
coming. Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
I've flown the tutor. I
Yes.
haven't flown the Flurkin.
Yes, I've flown
we
both,
Gotta, we gotta have a.
and both are
Oh.
amazing. And
Yeah.
it just depends on which experience you're looking for and how long you've been flying.
Yeah. So it's speaking of all that too. I think
Mm-hmm.
we were talking today about how the tutor's really going to be taken over for like in the aspect of training for like the Cub.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something we can unpack.
The Simple Cub, we had a Simple Cub value bundle, which was the older 22, 13 motors and stuff, and it was just a really good budget friendly. The tutors, the feedback and everything has just been really great. We're just about at the end of the value bundles that we have set up to make the Cubs as affordable as possible. And really, the tutors don't tip over as easy. They don't. They have better characteristics.
Yeah.
We've learned so much since then, and also I love the double doublers.
Double bubbles.
I love the beefy nature of the tutor.
Don't
It's just,
forget.
don't forget the A doubler.
Never shall. He never shall.
Never again. But no, those will move. Of course, the Cub's always going to be available for sale, and I'm sure it'll always do really good. But we're really going to make sure people know that if they're looking for a plane that size, first plane, the tutor is a much better option for
Oh
them.
yeah.
And we like it. So yeah, the if you want a value bundle Cub, we're down to I think our last 15 of them, maybe
12 or 13.
12 this morning.
12 or 50. Yeah, okay, there you go.
And they might not be there.
And I mean the
Who
Cubs aren't going away. It's just the discounted bundle
Right.
is not going to be there.
the motor and
afterwards.
the whatnot.
But yeah, so good stuff. Hey, by the way, James, thanks for the kind words, brother. I really appreciate the. We love the hobby. We love you guys, and just an honor to get to be part of this team.
Indeed.
Yep.
That is awesome. Hey, somebody else said here, how about a one? What was it? Have you guys thought about a one sheet foam board challenge? Each person designs a plane using only one sheet of foam board.
Sounds like fun.
What in the world was?
Oh, we can't see it. It's blown out.
Yep. Oh, you guys. By the way, this thing follows me everywhere since that live build.
It's getting blown.
There
it goes.
There it
Yeah, that's whenever I go on a tech channel video, they hide that somewhere on me. And if you guys listen to the podcast, it says don't forget the A doubler on a big old piece of foam board.
That was all I heard was just like, I thought we had critters coming through. I'm like, nice.
I thought you dropped the popcorn.
By the way, in 2022, thick foam board's coming back too. We'll have that
yes.
available. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just got the confirmation. It's on the schedule to be made. So there it is.
Wonderful, sir.
Now we know.
Love
Oh,
that.
That's
Now,
awesome.
now you know. If you know, you know.
Hey, goofy question. Okay, and forgive me, friends, I'm scatterbrained, but the Flurkin build night, we're going to be releasing through the FTCA Flurkin plans when? Is it January?
Nope.
When is it?
It's going to be in February.
February,
And
okay.
I don't know if you wanted to open that cat up, let that cat out of the bag yet, or not.
No, long story short, let's open up on a different day because it's before Christmas. But
Yeah.
we are doing something I think is going to satisfy a lot of the needs, but also a lot of people too.
Yeah. So it's going to be, February. February is going to
February.
be a big month for us.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're not only doing that, but February is when the Tenant.
Mhm.
We're going to be. Oh, and I pushed back the. I was telling Stefan, I pushed back the day for of the
release
date for the
the Tenant?
Tenant. Yes,
When is it?
the second.
Second.
So
From
it'll
the
be
first to the second.
well because it'll be 2/2/22.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
it kind of goes with the whole form of Tenant.
Yeah. Are we allowed to talk about the Tenant yet?
Yeah. I mean, because it's we've already got it patent.
We got all that
stuff.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, friends, you're going to hear us talk a lot about the Tenant. We are going headfirst into aviation-based curriculum. We've been doing it for the past, I think it's 4 years that Jake and Trevor have just been killing it. and Trevor, I'm sorry, and Stefan is stepping now in a big way as well, to drive this. But we designed, we have our Easy Line, which is STEM based. It teaches you different applications of configurations of flight, things like that. We're moving up to a plane called the Tenant, and that Tenant is it's a hot wire cut fuselage, and it's reconfigurable. So you can go from something that looks like the Explorer to something that looks like a tiny trainer to something that has more of a hotliner look to something that looks like an aerobatic, V-tail, swept back wing jetty, kind of thing. But the pusher and the tractor configuration can work with all 3 different wing configurations. It gives you 2 different tail configurations, and it gives you extra mounting blocks to make your own configurations. And along with that, our amazing teachers, Jake and Trevor, are writing full curriculum for these. So
Did you want to? I mean, I can go grab one if you want to show.
we'll pull it next time.
Okay.
We'll pull it next
All
time.
After Christmas.
After Christmas, because
yeah.
we're not going to have a podcast next week.
And we're coming up on our hour too. So
Well, we're already past our hour.
Yeah. But I don't want to unpack that with plenty of time to talk about it.
I totally agree.
But basically, we've been test flying these things.
Yep.
And the neatest thing is Power Pack A. The Explorer configuration flies just like the Explorer.
Yeah.
And the EPS foam that we hotwire, it's a light density, but it's strong, and we just cover it with tape. And you'll see it in the video. I think the first January video, we were flying this thing try to fly it through our double doors into the Christmas tree. I was hitting everything but the Christmas tree.
You'll see. You just don't even know how it happened.
It took the abuse so good, and it gave me so much hope because now kids, they're not just going to build a plane and fly a plane and get a grade, which we'll never ever have in our STEM program. The engineering aspects, the design aspects, the aeronautical aspects, all that comes together in this kit, and you can be like, man, I want to do the flight testing and go from a pusher to a tractor, and boop boop boop. Minutes it's reconfigured, and you're learning all about the different thrust angles and those things. So it's been really excited. And then there's going to be a light version of that, which is all around basically gliding.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you're younger, you're 3rd grade through 7th grade. I think Pinewood Derby that flies, and gliding challenges, launching challenges, all the cool stuff that comes along with that. I'm having so much fun with these.
No, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. So Sponzi's asking if this is going to be STEM only. The idea is not to only. I mean, just like anything else we have, it's not only for one specific area. It's geared towards STEM without a doubt. This is something that it's STEM product, but it'll be open and available to everybody.
Well, and just so you guys know, like when you get our Project Easy Jets, when you get our Project Easy First Flyers, the basics bundle, those come with a free download for curriculum. So it's not just going into classrooms, but it's going to homeschoolers. It's going to parents that just want to have an awesome memory and experience with their kids, but they also want to teach their kids and have those resources too. And so absolutely, this will be available. Will we be saying this is your ultimate first plane? No, you don't need a plane that can be 27 different things and fly. You know what I mean, to be your first plane. But it is fun, and it may be your taste, but
it may be your first introduction to aviation in terms of non-powered flight. If you need to, like a glider version, right? Maybe that's the first touch of aviation that you get, and that gets you intrigued, and you move to a different airplane. But
I mean, because it's not something like the Tutor that you can end up putting a huge motor on it and doing 3D with it or something like that, or the Flurkin. You can
tell you. I mean, what it can do though for just a hobbyist though is it can make you an amazing designer. Because when you go from a pusher
or a trainer,
there you go.
I mean, you could get it, and that would be awesome. I mean, if these guys got it and they used it to take to the field to train people.
100%. And with the foam fuselage, and that's where the mix of the EPS foam that's been taped, and then the foam board wings, you have spongy where you need spongy, and you have rigid where you need rigid, I guess you can say. And it was just awesome to see how much abuse we could put that thing through. And
we were like spiking it like a football. It was awesome.
So I think it's going to be a great opportunity, but we want people to fall in love with design and everything. This is going to be a really good catalyst to bring that alive. So if you're a hobbyist, I'm hoping parents really seize this opportunity to have a really cool educational experience. like in a homeschool environment as well as in the classroom.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's something that the community can really help us with is the fact that maybe you do know a homeschooler,
Yeah.
or maybe you know a school and you have a connection there.
Yeah.
You can help get this in, and yes, this is a marketing push in the sense of we want to get it out, but this really is going to change the way in which STEM is taught, aviation wise, in the schools because it's just so approachable.
Oh, 100%. And I love what he said. We could do a build off and demolition derby with laser tag and etc. The Explorer version, by the way, we put the VTail swept back wing. We were flying that thing around inverted, doing knife edges, and we have the little FXT, the
Cadex Ant.
The Cadex Ant. We have our little special version coming. That's going to be a perfect fit.
Oh yeah,
with the budget goggles to fly FPV. So yeah, it's just like our Easy Line. I'm seeing that go into not only schools like crazy, but I'm also seeing it going into homes like crazy. And that's I see this being the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, and like Fred just said here, it would be an awesome for catching the attention of instructors and school groups. So one of the big hurdles that we want to overcome, not necessarily is with the kids, because kids can learn really quick. It's getting teachers that accustomed and comfortable with the airframes, and this airframe is so simple, and the way in which it goes together, you really can't mess it up.
Correct.
So hopefully it'll build the confidence in them.
Just like when we started flight test, it's too expensive. It takes too long. I'm going to crash. And now teachers are, I don't know how to fly. I'm worried about the success rate of the kids. There's different challenges you got to kind of address for them. And I think the Easy Line did fantastic with it. The Wonder Gliders have been doing wonderful, pun intended. But I think this will be just another, arrow in the quiver for them to have. It's a little bit bigger. And also for our clubs and communities, this for Young Eagles, for build nights and stuff, this takes a whole build experience from maybe 2 hours to 30 minutes. And that is huge because the electronics pad, or I guess you could call it electronics pad, the electronics slide can go from one plane to the other in just minutes. So it's pretty cool. Blue, you asked what happened to the 3-channel Easy Pack. That we're not restocking that. That was not actually supposed to come. The airliners use the 3-channel Easy Pack, but you can't reverse that channel, and it's fixed. You don't have the flexibility to build around it, and the profile for the up-down is locked in. So we did away with the Easy Pack. It just accidentally got ordered in that mess, and we were using it to sell for replacement packs for the airliners, but guess what? They don't really break. They have a sensor, what is it called? Sensorless, I think it's called a sensorless servo in them. It's a 5-wire servo, and designing around that is incredibly difficult. The 2-channel, on the other hand, though, is incredibly easy, and the whole purpose of the Easy was to keep it easy. So that's why there's no more 3-channel. It was probably wish it never came to reality. I think we've had more problems with people buying those than we've had successes. Yeah. Especially, we don't want anywhere close to schools. It's just not a good experience. The Tenant is where I think the 3-channel multi-channel can really, come to play and live. But that'll be fun to unpack that next week or next year.
Next year.
Next
week we won't be in because Stefan, you're off next week.
Yeah.
And then we've got some. I think I'll be off a day or so. So
yeah.
It's the Christmas and the New Year's season. So, indeed.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you, Blue. Awesome. Hey, Ben. Very cool.
All right. So, it's getting time. It's time. It's time to wrap up. It's funny because Ben just said, "Hey guys, I made it before it's over this time." It's we're getting ready to.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Hope you're doing well.
Hey, on a recap, though, I do think the Tenant and the Glide Challenge with the Tenant Lite is going to be a rock star experience when it comes to Flight Fest and also flying events.
Yes.
Remind me next time when we bring the Tenant out to talk about piggybacking, because that's where our community can really get involved.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Hey, we're going to end with some words of wisdom there from Mr. Stephen. And hey, by the way, Stephen, you know I love you, right?
Oh, I do.
All right. You got me, because some people think
you bought my kids hugs.
I know, and you haven't given it to them yet.
Nope.
That is wrong.
Come Friday, though, it's gonna be a thing.
I want to see. I want to see the hugs,
I'll take photos.
mustaches.
Yes.
bought a bunch of sugar water for his
Yes.
kids.
Literally,
I don't think he likes you, Stephen.
who have been having ear infections and
Yeah.
sickness
Yeah,
for the
keep-
last
I'm just
45
trying
days.
to make him smile.
Keep Stefan's awesome kids in your prayers,
I
man. You guys have
know,
been through the
yeah.
ringer with that.
Yeah, it's been crazy. But
Yeah.
hey, you know what? When life gives you lemons, you fly flirkins. That's all.
I
Couldn't
love
help
it.
it. I couldn't
I
help
love
it.
it.
All right. So words of wisdom.
Yeah.
First and foremost, enjoy this holiday season with your family or friends. Make sure that you make the most of it. Maybe take a day and stay off social media.
Yeah.
Maybe Christmas or Christmas Eve or whatever.
Wait a second. We're releasing our video on Christmas Eve. So
Yeah. So Christmas Day. don't worry so much about Christmas Eve. But anyways,
Our
no.
video's not going anywhere. Take
Oh,
time
no.
with your family.
Yes,
Watch it later.
Take time, take a day. Just
Oh,
disconnect
my.
from all the noise.
yeah.
And enjoy time with the family and friends, and make it special. Because
Yes, sir.
even though Christmas and all these things come around every year, this year is over, and it will be over come January 1. So make sure you make the most of it.
Yeah.
And then secondly, from our side of things, we're really excited about a lot of things coming here in 2022,
Yeah.
right? One of those big things is obviously STEM, and we talked about the Tenant, and we'll talk more about that later. But please, if you have the opportunity to share about educational opportunities with people and pushing people towards making the most of their opportunities with STEM and whatnot, we'd love for our community to share what we're obviously doing in the educational space, because it's going to be something that we're going to be focusing on, yes, in 2022, but also is something that we know is going to benefit 10 years down the road.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For all of those pilots, the A&P mechanics, people making careers in flight that they needed 25,000 of those yesterday.
Great
So just
point. That's
continue
a
to
great
share,
point.
continue to grow, continue to educate yourselves and others in an awesome way, and be a servant leader in that way. And I think we're all going to be better for it.
Amen.
Awesome. That was a lot of words.
Yeah.
of
Sorry
wisdom.
for all the words.
All right,
We-
well,
we
cool.
love you.
Hey, we do appreciate you hanging out with us for the last hour and a half.
Wish you all a
hour,
Merry
15 minutes.
Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah. So Merry Christmas. Don't forget the reason for the season. And like Stefan said, spend some time with family.
Do it. Love
Peace
you
out.
guys.
Love y'all.
Peace.